Hey guys, this is test 54 game 1. This is the Dentures game. It's an in-out game, also known as selection. We know this because we've got the 6 dancers F, G, H, J, K, and L, and when some are on stage meaning in, others are off stage being out, so not everyone's chosen. Now they tell us the first rule, if J is in, then L is off. So J in requires L out, contrapositive, L in requires J out. Then they tell us if L is out, then J is in. We've already got negative L here and positive J here, so they're actually creating a double arrow here. L out requires J in, which also means for the contrapositive that J out requires L in. So we actually have two double arrows here telling us essentially that one of J and L is in, one of J and L is out. So one in, one out. Then they say if F is out, then J is out. We've already got J out, so we can simply link this rule in. F out, then J out, contrapositive. If J is in, then F is in. Then they finally say if any woman is on stage, so is G. Now we know that we always have one of J and L in and one of them out, so basically they're telling us that G is always in, period, because we're always going to have either one of JL in and one of J or L out. Now we can actually use this information to make two different main diagrams, one when J is in and L is out, one when L is in and J is in. So when J is in, we know that F is in, so on the top diagram we can add F into the mix here. On the bottom diagram we don't know whether L in doesn't lead to anything, L in simply leads to J out. So we've got F essentially on the fence as well as H and K on the fence too. As a matter of fact, for both diagrams we don't really know where H and K are going because they're never mentioned in any of the rules. Now we'll make use of both of these diagrams over the course of the game. Now question number 1 is a typical orientation question. They're just asking us for a valid scenario. Now we know that G always has to be in, period, in either diagram, again due to the fact that we always have at least one woman in, either J or L, at least at a minimum. So for this reason, any choice lacking G is automatically gone. That gets rid of B. Now we also know that we have one of JL in, one of them out, so let's look for violations of that. A lacks both J and L, that's unacceptable. Let's see, looking at the remaining ones, E has both J and L, that's also unacceptable. So now we're down to C and D. And we know that J in requires F in. Whenever we have J, we also have F. Choice D has J but not F, so D is gone, leaving C by elimination for number 1. Next, number 2, what can never be true? Just run through the choices. 4 of these things could be true. 1 of them cannot be true. You could find the 4 that could be true and eliminate them. Or if you see something that just is impossible, pick it and move on. So A, F, and G, the only men on stage. We could have, H going out on the top diagram, for example. That would be perfectly fine, so A is gone because it's possible. Looking at B, G and H be the only men. On the bottom diagram, we could certainly have H in and then have F out. That's fine, doesn't violate anything. Looking at C, J the only woman. Well, we could have J here and then have both K and L out. That'd be perfectly fine, so C's gone for that reason. Looking at D, K the only woman. That's impossible because we always have one of JL in. So if K was in also, we'd have J and K in the top diagram or L and K in the bottom diagram, but never have K be the only woman. So D is our answer for 2. I will look at E though. J and K be the only woman. On the top diagram, we could have J and K in and have L out, so E's gone as well, leaving D. Next, number 3, a complete and accurate list of those who could be out when J is in. So when J is in, we could have H and K go out as well as L, which is always out when J is in, so HKL works, choice E. Next, number 4, if we had more women than men on stage. So we can never have all 3 of JKL due to the fact that J and L conflict. So either we're going to have J and K in or L and K in, and we want, that's 2 women on either side, so on 2 women in for both of these diagrams here. And we already have 1 man, G, so we're going to have, if we're going to have the number of women exceed the number of men, we're going to have F and H go out. So the top diagram can't possibly work because we already have F and G in for certain there, 2 men, 2 women, unacceptable. So for that reason, we're going to use the bottom diagram only. We have L and K in, then the men F and H will have to go out as a result in order for women to exceed men. They're asking us how many must be on stage, total of 3, G, L, K, choice C. Next, number 5, what's the minimum number of dancers that must be on stage at any given time? Well, the top has 3, the bottom is 2. There's no reason that F, H, K couldn't all go out. So for that reason, we could have only 2, choice C.